The 2026 World Cup is supposed to be the biggest in history. 48 teams, 3 countries, 1 tournament. But there's a question almost nobody is answering correctly. Which country is actually spending the most money on it? And the truth is, it's not what people think, because this World Cup is not being built like the ones before. On paper, it looks simple. United States, Mexico, and Canada. 3 hosts sharing the same tournament. But behind the scenes, the money story is completely different. Unlike previous World Cups, almost no new stadiums are being built. That alone removes billions in construction costs from the equation. Instead, the tournament is using existing NFL and MLS stadiums and upgrading them for World Cup standards. So the spending shifts somewhere else. Security, transport, broadcast systems, fan zones, city infrastructure, and large-scale logistics across 16 host cities. Now here's where it gets real. FIFA itself is not just organizing the tournament. It's financially massive. For the 2026 cycle, FIFA is generating around $8.9 billion in World Cup-related revenue. And the total 2023 to 2026 cycle is around $13 billion in revenue. So before even talking about countries, FIFA is already operating at a scale bigger than most sports organizations in history. But what about the hosts? Here's a confirmed example. Canada alone is expected to spend around 1.06 billion Canadian dollars in public costs, just for hosting its portion of matches. And that's only 13 games. Now imagine the scale when you expand that across Mexico, and especially the United States. Because the United States is hosting the majority of matches, which means the biggest share of security operations, transport systems, stadium coordination, and city logistics, even without building new stadiums. The operational scale is massive. So in direct host pressure, the United States carries the biggest load. But here's the twist nobody talks about. Even the United States isn't the real spender of the World Cup. Sponsors are paying billions. Broadcast rights are worth billions more. FIFA expects around $3 billion just from ticket revenue. So the World Cup is not one budget. It's hundreds of budgets layered together. And when you zoom out, no single country fully owns the cost anymore. The World Cup stopped being a hosted event. It became a global money system. And that changes everything. Because the real question isn't who spends the most, it's who controls the money once it starts moving. And once you see that, you don't watch the World Cup the same way again.